Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to our channel and thanks for logging on. If you enjoy these videos, do me a favor and subscribe to our YouTube channel right here at Watchbox Reviews. I would really appreciate it and I promise to update daily. If you love this watch, you can see it and you can purchase it on our website, thewatchbox.com. Today we are discussing a delightful Montblanc, the 1858 Small Seconds limited edition from the 2015 launch of the 1858 family. This watch is 44 millimeters in stainless steel and on my 16 centimeter circumference wrist, you can see it is a wonderful alternative to an IWC Portugueser hand-wound, full in size, in figure, and rife with character. It's not an overbearing watch, only 11 millimeters thick with a nice domed box section sapphire and bezel. It slides easily underneath the cuff, nor is it extravagantly oversized from lug to lug. Though it's a 44 millimeter watch, it's only 51.3 millimeters across the wrist, making this watch suitable for wrists as small as 14.5 centimeters circumference. The spacing between the lugs is a modern 22 millimeters, so though a vintage watch, it doesn't appear pinched at the junction of strap and lugs. The strap is a generous piece. The watch has aviation overtones, and yet we don't get a traditional aviation calfskin. We get alligator. Alligator leather, medium rectangular scale. You can see it features a light contrasting stitch that features a little bit of the simulated vintage fade of the Luminova on the dial. So a nice contrasting stitch with simulated patina and a handsome, simple, easily adjusted, polished stainless steel pin buckle. Jumping back to the case, you can see the case band is nicely executed. Subtle with a longitudinal satin finish, polished lug hoods, and a polished bezel. The crown is large, featuring the Montblanc logo at center, the vintage style logo, of course, on the dial. You have both on this watch, and the knurling is deep and sharp. As a manual winder, it bears mentioning that this watch feels great and sounds great when you wind it. That is absolutely critical with a manual wind watch, and here the sensation and the sound are sensational. You will enjoy interacting with this watch on a daily basis. Now, the dial itself is a sort of semi-gloss. It has a matte appearance in some light, a little bit of gloss in others, but it's definitely not of high polish. You can see that there's a small railroad style constant seconds at 6 o'clock and oversized cathedral style hours and minutes with Arabic numerals outboard, white on black print, simple, and that vintage Montblanc logo up at 12 o'clock. The watch does have the appearance of a pilot's watch, though it was not expressly billed as such, rather a tribute to vintage Minerva timepieces, Minerva now being part of Montblanc's corporate heritage. Now, turning the watch over, you can see Montblanc has its own nomenclature for this movement, but let's face it, they're going to call it the 23.02. I'm going to call it an ETA 64981, and that's a good thing because this is a high-grade, true vintage pocket watch movement that is properly sized for this vintage-inspired oversized case. 17 jewels, manual wind. It beats away at 21,600 vibrations per hour, and it does have that 46-hour power reserve. 30-meter water resistance. You're not going to want to take this one swimming. This limited edition of 858 pieces being more of a high-end dry watch. Appreciate the fact that the decoration is machine executed but handsome, with blued screws, linear Côte de Genève, and sharp angular bridges designed to evoke, once again, Minerva history rather than the specific history of the 6498 caliber. A little bit of the Pythagorean heritage of Minerva movement design. You'll also appreciate the fact that it is a very simple movement, allowing you to trace the input of energy from the crown through the crown wheel, the ratchet, the click, and the click spring. The ratchet wheel is right on top of the barrel, then from the barrel through the center wheel, third wheel, fourth wheel, escape wheel, the lever, and the balance itself, which in classical pocket watch fashion is enormous, almost 1/3 the diameter of the entire watch. As you can see, this is a more basic 6498, nicely finished and high spec, except for the hacking seconds, which this watch does not have. Everything else, though, from beauty to a compelling backstory to an enduring style that I think will look just as fine in 60 years hence, this is a watch that fires on all cylinders. See this limited edition of 858 pieces in steel and make it yours on the Watchbox. Montblanc 1858 Small Seconds limited edition. Small seconds, big loom.